Balancing on this one, you sort of use your hands as the balance point. And then what we're gonna do is you're just gonna kind of push yourself back and forth. Basically, it's just like a self massage right on the front of that leg. I think you guys can see me. I'll move down a little bit. That's better. So just right up and down, all the way down that leg. And then what I want you to do is you're going to stop right in the middle. We're going to do a couple kicks, super slow. And make sure that we're sort of breathing here. We're not holding that breath. And then we're just going to get a good sort of massage on the front of the leg. We're going to roll right over that spot one more time. Sometimes if you find it's a little bit painful, helps if you breathe a couple deep breaths. We're going to stop right on top of the knee, and we're going to do a couple more kicks here. Just nice and slow. And then again, we're going to roll right over top. And then one more time, we're going to stop where you feel like it's tight. Good. Awesome, guys. So we got about 1 minute on that side. We're going to flip to the other leg. So my left one, same idea. And just sort of balancing on your elbows, and I sort of pull myself forward and back. And just sort of massaging all down that thigh. We're going to stop right in the middle. And then nice and slow, we're trying to pull that heel to our butt. And then back. Good, we'll roll right over top of that spot. We're going to go nice and close to that knee. And same idea, a couple kicks here. And we're going to roll one more time. You're going to pick one more spot. I'm a little bit tight on this one, so it's sort of a little bit uncomfortable, but it shouldn't be painful. Just feeling a good stretch and a good roll. Good, last one, we're gonna roll right up and down. Excellent. Okay, we're gonna put that roller on the side for now, and we're gonna get into a half kneeling stretch. So if you've got a pillow, something that you can put your knee on. Okay, and this is one that we did last week. So we wanna get in this sort of half kneeling position here. Okay, that knee is at 90 degrees. And what we want to do is we want to tuck that tailbone underneath. So instead of letting our butt sink back, we're going to kind of get nice and tall. If we can, we're squeezing our butt, and then we're going to come forward. Should get a good stretch into that leg. So just sort of finding a good relaxing stretch here. And then I'm going to show you guys a new trick to this one. If you want to get a good stretch on the top of your foot, you just tuck those toes underneath. And then as you're here, you're sort of feeling a good stretch all along the back of the leg as well as here. And just finding that breath. Couple slow, deep inhales and exhales here. Good, we're gonna come a little bit further into that stretch now. Again, we wanna tuck that tailbone, keep that core engaged. Now what we want to think about doing is that knee, I'm going to try and pull it forward as if I'm trying to drag that pillow to my front heel, but it's not going to move. But I'm trying to pull, getting a deep stretch here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to relax, and we're going to switch sides. So I'll turn so you guys can see this side. Everything exactly the same. Our knee is going to be down. We're going to put that foot up, and then we want to tuck that tailbone. So not letting it stick back, but keeping everything tucked under. And then we're just going to push forward. Find a good stretch to start. Again, that back foot, if you want to go to the next level, you can tuck that toe and get a good stretch on the bottom of the foot and the calf. Keep pressing forward here. And then again, guys, we don't want to hold the breath. We actually want to breathe really deep inhales through the nose. So it's sort of like breathe in and then a big sigh. As you exhale, maybe you go a little deeper into that stretch. We're going to do the same thing. So I'm going to start to pull my knee forward like I'm trying to drag that pillow forward for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gonna relax, and then maybe I come a little more forward into that stretch here. Nice. Keeping that tailbone tucked under. You're gonna come out of that one. And then we're gonna grab that roller again. Okay, so we're gonna get into the glutes now. So we're gonna roll sort of that right butt cheek. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sort of sit on that roller on the side, and this one for balance, just using that hand as sort of balance. We're just gonna roll back and forth, right on that hip. Now, if that feels good, keep going. And if you need a little bit more, what we can do is take that right leg and put it on top of that left one. And I've got both hands on the floor now. Go back and forth, sort of finding where it's a little bit tight. Getting right in that high hip. Excellent. Okay, we'll switch sides. So the left one now. Okay, so I'm going to sit right on that left butt cheek. Again, roll forward and back. If that feels good, you can keep going there. If you need a little bit more, I'm going to cross that left leg over the right knee. Both hands behind. And sometimes it's a little challenging to balance. Do your best you can. Good. I'm just going to let Ritu into our group here. Keep going, guys. Couple more rolls. Excellent. Okay. Guys, the next one I'm going to show you is a little bit of a tricky one. We want to sort of roll the inside of our leg. So just that muscle around the inside. So the way that we do that, you're going to place that roller sort of on an angle, right? So if I'm here, it's kind of right beside me. And then what I want to do is I'm going to lay on my side. I'm just going to put that roller right on the inside of my leg, okay? And then I'm going to lift my foot, and I'm just going to roll right back and forth on the inside of my leg, sort of that inner thigh. And this one is really tricky to do, so I want you to just take your time, sort of see if you maybe need to move it a little bit. Just rolling right up to the top and right back to the knee. What we're gonna do, I'm just gonna move over. So what we're gonna do here, you're gonna stop as high up as you can. We're gonna lift that foot up, and we're just gonna go up and down with that foot. Okay, so I wanna feel it right in my bum. That's the muscle that's working. I'm just going back and forth. Trying to slowly go a little bit higher. You notice I'm sort of using my hand as a pillow. We don't want our neck to be kind of sore, so we're just sort of using. Make sure we're breathing through here. Good. We're going to roll up and down. We're going to pick another spot. Maybe you go a little higher, or maybe you go a little bit lower. Same idea. We're going to lift that foot up and down. And this time what we're going to do, we're going to lift and hold at the top. Okay, so we're going to go one more time. We're going to lift as high up as you can. I want you to try and lift the bottom of your foot up to the ceiling for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go 5 more reps and try to get right up to the floor and right up to the ceiling. You should feel like your hip is moving a little bit better now than when we started. Awesome. Okay, let's switch sides. I know that one is a little bit tricky. How we doing, guys? Give me a thumbs up if we're okay. Excellent. Okay, so same idea. I'm gonna lay on my side. I've got that roller here, my top leg. We wanna get right on that inside. We're just gonna go back and forth, sort of finding a good roll. And the best part about these ones, you can actually do them while you watch TV, if you're watching like a good show, or if you've got sports on the background. This is something you can do a little bit each day if you need. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go here and we're just lifting that back foot. Make sure that roller's in a good spot first, and then we're just lifting that back foot up and down nice and slow here. Nice job, guys. Okay, now we're gonna lift and we're gonna hold. So as high as you can for 5, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna see if we can get all the way up and all the way down for 5 reps here. 2, 3. Good. You should be feeling this in your butt. 4, 5. Good. We're gonna roll up and down one more time, just to get any other spots out that we didn't get. Good. Okay, guys. Grab a sip of water if you need. Give you a good 10, 15 seconds before we get into our next stretch. And the next one we're gonna do, if you have like a yoga block, I know someone had a yoga block. If you've got something like this, you can use that. You're gonna kind of put that to the side. Okay, if not, that's okay. You can use your hands as a space. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna sit in our cobbler pose here. Okay, so we've got our feet together. Okay, knees are up sort of like a butterfly. And if you want, you can sit on something. So if you've got a yoga block, you can put that underneath to put your sit bones a little higher, or if you're comfortable on the floor, we're just gonna kind of rock side to side. We wanna make sure we're sitting right down the middle. Okay, we're gonna put our forearms onto the knees. We're just gonna gently push down as our knees push up. So there's not gonna move. We're just gonna create tension. So chest is up nice and tall. Find that deep belly breath. We're breathing into our belly. Exhale out the mouth. Okay, we're gonna go for 5 breaths here. So breathe in. Good. Should feel your body relaxing. One more time. Good. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put our hands on our knees. We're gonna gently push down as we push back up into our hands. We're gonna go for 10 seconds here. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna lift the hands and try to pull our knees down to the floor. So I'm not moving much, but I'm trying to pull my knees down as if I'm popping a balloon under each knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax everything. Take a deep breath in. Nice job, guys. We should feel a good stretch here through the groin. We're going to do one more time. We're going to put our hands on those knees. So I'm trying to lift my knees, but my hands are stopping them. So here we go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift those hands and pull down your knees for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Try to pull down hard for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice job, guys. Relax those legs a little bit. Take a couple deep breaths. We're gonna do that last time. One more here. So now we're gonna feel like we can push a little bit harder. Not too hard, but just sort of like that medium sort of press down. We're gonna go for 10 seconds here. So I'm trying to lift my knees, but my hands are stopping them for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Maybe we press down harder for 3, 2, 1. Lift the hands and pull down your knees for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Relax everything here, guys. We're going to use our hands to sort of lift our knees back up here. And we're just going to go back and forth now. Okay, so squeeze those knees all the way down as low as you can. We're going to do 10 times here. So 3, here's 4. It doesn't matter what you do with your hands. They could be here. They could be here. Make sure you touch those knees at the top. Squeeze them hard. 7, 8, 9. Last one for 10. Good. Let's go straight with those legs. Awesome. How are we doing, guys? Thumbs up if you're still with me. Awesome. We got a few. Okay. Do you guys remember 90-90 last time? So we're going to make our way into our 90-90. And we should feel like we can sit up a little bit taller, right? I've got my hand over to the side. But if I can and I can balance here, let's try to get there. So what we want to do is stay nice and proud. So I've got that logo on my chest, my maple leaf. I'm going to turn that towards my front knee. I'm going to start to bring that maple leaf way forward, keeping my back nice and straight. I'm just going to find a good stretch here. Find that breath. So every time you inhale, that belly fills with air, pushes down into the leg. So, okay, try to relax into that stretch. I want to use that breath to relax the body, and maybe we come a little more forward. We should feel a good stretch in our right butt cheek. Staying nice and tall. Good. So we're going to stay here forward into that stretch. And now what I want to do is I want to lift that back knee up and down nice and slow. So it's not going to go high. We're just going to go up and down nice and slow here. Okay, so this is going to feel a little bit weird. If you're sitting forward and you can't quite lift your knee, then you just come up a little bit until you can. But I want you guys to challenge yourself to stay forward in that stretch. Just going up and down, super easy. Stay nice and tall. Good. Go one more. We're going to lift and hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up and down for 5. We should be able to get a little higher here. 4, 3. Nice job, guys. Back's nice and straight for 2 more. 1 more. Good. And relax. We're going to get nice and tall here, and then we're going to switch sides. So to do that, I'm going to lift my knees, come through that middle position, and then I'm just going to turn so you can see me. Now I'm on that other side. So I've almost got like a square drawn right between my knee and my heel. Okay, same idea. We want to get nice and tall. We want to turn that chest to that front knee. Find a good stretch here. Find that breath. Find a good stretch. Try to relax into it again. Back is nice and straight. We don't want to round everything. We want to stay tall, like you're pulling your head up to the ceiling. Find that breath. Nice job of that. Just really relax everything. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna lift that back foot up and down just like we did on the other side. So for me, this side is a little tougher. That's okay. Still just going up and down. Good. We're gonna lift and we're gonna hold now. So lift and squeeze for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna go 5 more. See if you can get as high as you can for 2. Good. 3, 4. 1 more for 5. Good job, guys. Let's relax. We're gonna come nice and tall. Bring those legs out of that pretzel, and we're just gonna sort of shake them out. And let's grab some water here. So I'm gonna adjust my screen. Awesome, we got a big group here. Okay, we're gonna come into, so here we want those legs in that V-sit, and we wanna get them as wide as we can. So you can almost use your hands to get yourself as much into the splits as you can. We wanna sit nice and tall. So again, that logo on my shirt is facing forward. Okay, from here, again, we wanna keep everything nice and strong, back nice and straight. We're just gonna come forward. This is the one we did last week. Hopefully we're a little more flexible than last time. But what we're gonna do, I'm gonna sit back so you can see my feet, is we're gonna point and flex those toes, getting a good stretch all down the back of the legs. Okay, if you need more of a stretch, you can lean forward a little bit more. Again, make sure we're breathing here with that stretch. If you can, we're kind of pointing and curling the toes, getting a good stretch all through here, and up, getting a stretch all through the back. Good. From here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna turn our hands to that right side. We're gonna put that arm on the inside of my leg, and then I'm gonna reach up and over like I'm trying to bring my hand towards my toes. And we're gonna use that breath. Every exhale, I'm turning my chest to the sky or the ceiling. I'm just getting a good stretch in that low back here. Good, making sure we're staying nice and tall, nice and long. Maybe we're getting a little further as we relax with that breath. Couple more breaths here. Good, we're gonna make our way back up nice and tall. Now that should have been a good stretch down the left side of the body. We're gonna get the right side. So shake those legs out a little further if you can. We wanna really get as far as you're comfortable. Again, we're gonna turn that chest to the left side. Arm goes on the inside, and we're turning that chest on every exhale. So big breath in. Really stretching. Good. You'll notice the deeper you breathe, the more you can relax and the further you can reach. One more time here. Good, nice job, guys. We'll slowly come up. We're just gonna use those hands to help push those legs together. Give them a little bit of a shake. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way onto our side. Okay, so this one, if you've got that yoga block, you can use that sort of as a pillow just to kind of rest your neck on. You can go that way, or you can go that way, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, this is one of my favorite shoulder mobility drills. So we're gonna kind of have those knees tucked up. We wanna be able to squeeze the knees together. So we don't wanna let them open up. We wanna keep that tension. Press them down into the floor. Okay. We're going to start hands together here. So I'm actually going to adjust this. I'm going to use my roller. You can use that as well, whatever's more comfortable for you. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fill that belly with air. So take a big breath in. And as we exhale, we're reaching and turning, following our hand with our eyes as far as you can go. And then we're going to reach up overhead. Reach, reach, reach until your hands come back down. Okay, so we're going to go for 8 of those. Big breath in. We're turning and reaching. And then coming up over our head. Hands come back together. Good, there's 2. Good, reach, reach, reach. Maybe get a little bit further than the first one here. Good, reaching overhead. Good, there's 3. Let's tuck the tailbone a little bit more so we get some tension in our core and then turn. Good, reach up and over. There's 4, we got 2 more here. And there's 5, one more time, big breath in, tuck that tailbone, exhale and turn. Good. Reaching up overhead, bringing those hands together. Awesome, guys. Let's flip over to the other side. We're gonna get the left one. So again, use a yoga block or your roller as sort of a pillow just to support your head, or you can use a pillow if you have one. Okay, knees are going to be up. We're going to tuck them, press them together. Starting from here, we're going to take a big breath in. Exhale as we turn. And then we come up, reach over our head, bring those hands right back together. There's 1. Good, we're going to reach. There's 2. Don't forget, squeeze those knees as you reach. Good, there's 3. Reaching up overhead. There's 4. Last 2 for 5. Good, and the last one, I want you to reach about 1 inch or centimeter further than you did before. So reach. Reach, 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 reach. Stretch everything out as everything moves back down together. Good. Excellent, guys. We're going to work on some neck mobility. So this one you can sit nice and tall. You sort of just need to see my shoulders and my head. So I'm just sitting on the floor, nice and tall, cross-legged. You want the chest to be proud. And then what I want you to do is just shrug those shoulders up and down. Okay, and just sort of feel a shrug and then pull them down, feel a good stretch. We want to think of the shoulder blades. We're pulling our shoulder blades towards our back pockets if we were wearing jeans. Good. Okay, now we're going to roll those shoulders back. So it's sort of like here, roll them back, curl forward, roll them back. Okay, we're going to hold from this position. So my shoulders are stacked. What I want to do is I want to squeeze my armpits nice and tight, keeping that tension. We're just going to go side to side with the ear, trying to get closer and closer to our shoulders. Good. And you should be getting a good stretch through that neck in here. If you get any pinching, just don't go as far. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna make our way to the right. So my right ear, gonna go to my right shoulder. Now I'm gonna get my chin to my right shoulder. And then I'm going to trace my chin along my collarbone, nice and slowly, until my chin comes to my left shoulder. Now I'm going to drop my left ear to the left shoulder as I bring a circle up to the ceiling with my chin. And then we end up back to the right ear, right shoulder. We're going super slow here, guys. We're going to drop the chin to the right shoulder. And then we're going to trace our collarbone with our chin. Chin comes to the left shoulder. Now we drop the left ear as the chin comes up and around. Good, we're gonna reverse that. So let's start going the left. So left ear, left shoulder. You're gonna get a good stretch through here. We drop that chin to the left shoulder and we start to trace the collarbone as the chin comes to the right shoulder, and then we drop the right ear, and then we bring that chin up, making a big circle. That left ear comes to the left shoulder, and then we drop the chin again to that left shoulder, and then trace the collarbone. Nice, guys, really good. Bring the chin to the right shoulder. Now we drop the right ear as the chin comes up and around. Good. Okay, so we should have felt a lot of good stuff happening with our neck. Okay, now we're going to go back to that first one where we're just going side to side, and you should feel like this is a little bit easier to go side to side. And what we're going to do is we're going to come back to neutral, so my head's sort of right nice and tall. I'm going to tuck my chin to my collarbone, and then I'm going to lift my chin up to the ceiling. Okay, so just going nice and slow here. Make sure we're still breathing. And the trick is to try to get your chin as close to your collarbone as you can. A lot of times we try to bring it lower, but we want to stay tall. That chin is just coming right to the, barely touching, and then we're keeping it nice and long as we bring that chin down. Good. Okay, guys, awesome. What we're going to do, our last sort of shoulder mobility. This one is a fun one. So what we want to do, this is going to get those shoulder blades moving a little bit. We're going to bring our hands gently on the back of my neck. Okay, the tendency is a lot of times we want to push on the neck, but what we actually want to do is push back with our head. So rather than pulling my neck, I'm going to push back like I'm pushing my head back into the wall. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my elbows behind as far as I can go. Okay, from here, we're going to hover those hands off of the head by about 1 centimeter or so. I'm going to reach up into a big Y shape. And then super slow, as I come back, I'm trying to lift my elbows up to the ceiling and then reverse that. So just moving through this really slow. The higher you can get your elbows, the better stretch. So I'm bringing those hands in. I'm reaching my elbows up, 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 up. Good. And then keeping them high. One more time. Reach those elbows up to the sky. Good. I want to keep moving through that. So reach those elbows to the sky. Good. Last one. Get those elbows as high up as you possibly can go. And we're going to hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those elbows forward. Bring them down. Sort of relax if you need to sort of shake those shoulders out. Okay. We're going to do that one more time, guys, but I'm going to give you an option to make it a little tougher if you want. So if that felt good, I'm going to do the same thing. If you want another option, so we're going to go here. Another option can be to think about keeping that core a little bit tighter. So the way that we do that, imagine like someone's about to punch you in the stomach and you have to keep it nice and tight. Okay, so we're here. Tighten that core as we exhale. Good. Our elbows reach up. We're going to do 5 of these. Good. Got 4. Good. 3. Keep pulling those elbows behind and up. For 2. Last one. Good. Relax those arms down, shrug those shoulders, and everything should be feeling nice and loose there, guys. Okay, how's that neck feeling? Pretty good? I know Lindsay's got her neck all loosened up. Awesome.
I like it.
We got about 5 or 6 minutes, and I know you guys have a million questions for me, right? Who's got the first one?
Me.
Oh, Garrick.